U.S. is the largest consumer, producer, and exporter of corn in the world.
Well, if you're wondering why farmers are so concerned about their farm finances right now, they really just can't catch a break. It's not just because corn prices are below break even for most. It's the fact input prices are so high.
I never thought I was going to lose this much money this fast.
The Midwest is on edge, fields of corn rippling in the breeze, yet no engines roar, no combines churn. Buyers have vanished, prices have plummeted, and shipments bound for China sit stranded. Families who've tilled the same land for generations watch their harvest slip away. Meanwhile, Canada's seizing the moment, clinching deals with Japan, South Korea, and Europe, stealing the global spotlight. American grain rots in silos, while Canadian exports sail to eager markets. How did this flip happen so fast? Who orchestrated this global pivot? And what's next for U.S. agriculture? Let's dig in. Tariffs started strangling American corn's value before it could even hit the ports. When the White House slapped heavy fees on Chinese-built cargo ships, the ripple effect slammed the nation's farming heartland. Shipping costs through the Gulf of Mexico spiked by nearly 25%, inflating export costs by hundreds of millions. Across the Pacific, container rates doubled in weeks to $5,000 per unit, turning a shaky post-pandemic market into a stranglehold for farmers. But that was just the start. By March 2025, the Federal Grain Inspection Service rolled out stricter pesticide residue rules, hiking testing fees 40% and mandating every shipment meet a new chemical standard before export. A failed load mid-transit risked rejection and costly returns. Barge traffic on the Mississippi fell far below its 5-year average, turning New Orleans into a floating stockpile. Over 180 vessels sat idle, bogged down by inspections, paperwork, and a shortage of empty containers. Corn spoiled in the rain as farmers saw profits erode hourly. Each week of delay cut about 27 cents per bushel. For growers in Iowa and Indiana, those losses piled up faster than they could handle. As the logistical chaos unfolded, global buyers shifted their demands. Abundant grain no longer cut it. They wanted clean, traceable, sustainable crops. The blow deepened in February when Mexico, a key U.S. buyer, banned genetically modified corn. Feed mills worldwide quickly followed, adding similar restrictions to contracts. This blindsided U.S. producers, with over 90% of the nation's corn acreage being GMO. Overnight, American grain fell off the preferred supplier list. Canada, though, was ready. Its Prairie Trace blockchain system tracked every step from seed to port, offering verified, low-carbon, high-purity grain that aligned with the world's new priorities. Within weeks, Canadian exporters locked in billion-dollar contracts with Japan, South Korea, and the EU. The fallout at home was brutal. Midwest spot corn prices crashed to $3.45 per bushel, a near-decade low. Meanwhile, Manitoba-grown corn fetched $4.20 per bushel, a premium for its traceability and eco-compliance. Buyers paid more and didn't wait for the U.S. to catch up. Contracts with Midwest co-ops were canceled outright, barges sat anchored, and silos overflowed as buyers turned north. America's grip on the global grain trade began to crumble. Canada's shipments checked every box: traceability, sustainability, trust, becoming as valuable as the grain itself. The ripple effects hit hard. U.S. farm corn stocks swelled to a 6-year high, with the USDA projecting 2.5 billion bushels, about 68 million tons, unsold by late September. In Cedar Rapids, full delivery corn traded at $3.74 per bushel, below the break-even cost. Iowa growers faced $165 per acre input costs, prompting many to halt harvesting, knowing the math wouldn't add up. Some sold their combines. Others took night jobs to cover mortgages. Indiana's rural economy buckled, contracting over 6% in Q1 2025. Food banks saw soaring demand, with families who once fed the nation now lining up for donated meals. The Food Bank of Indiana warned that 130 million meals for low-income households were at risk as funding and surplus grain programs dried up. In Illinois, the Mississippi River's low water levels, now a near-annual issue, forced lighter barge loads and shorter tows for the third straight year, adding $20 per ton to shipping costs. Barges waited weeks, clogging the supply chain. With storage full and no profitable way to move crops,